What's going on, everyone? My name is Isaac. This is Loft 801, and today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Shutin by DJ Caruso. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and if there's anything you want us to review, comment down below, let us know. We'll get to that. Disclaimer for anyone who hasn't seen this movie, I'm going to be spoiling it, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and click out of this video right now. Context on how I review movies and how I see movies, I'm a little bit different than Diego. For me, most likely, you're going to be seeing a lot more lower scores. That being said, we're going to hop into this review right now. So the plot revolves around a single mother and her two children getting ready to move. Suddenly, her ex and his menace friend come to the home and cause trouble, in which those events lead to her being stuck in the pantry. Her children are in the home alone by themselves, and she's stuck trying to get out. So the plot by itself is pretty silly and just not very believable. Anyone with common sense would not be in that situation, especially with their children at risk, man. Just super silly. Moving on to themes and tones, one of the darker themes I found in this movie was greed. Well, the movie is a perfect example of what greed does to a person. The ex/father of the children only show up to steal money and drugs from the mother. He locks her in the pantry with no regard for his children. Despite the darker tone throughout the film, it does give us a glimpse of hope. When the child is interacting with her mother on the other side of the door, it shows how pure children are and how they can spark hope. So moving forward, I didn't care for the acting at all. Rainey Qualley does her best southern accent, but still sounds a bit silly to me. Everything about the acting was pretty dry to me. Nothing really stood out. The only exception would be Lainey, played by Luciana Vandette. For me, she definitely killed it. Easily the best part of the film. When it comes to direction pace, I thought the beginning of the movie started off alright. On the other hand, I did think the introduction of her ex was a little bit forced and didn't flow well with the movie. I also thought the way things escalated with the ex were questionable. But what really lost my interest was when she got stuck in the pantry. Nothing was happening on screen. Eventually, as the movie comes to an end, it finds its footing. So I didn't think this was the best ending, but it did work with what it had, and it decently wrapped things up. Again, wasn't feeling the pace of the film. On that note, the dialogue had nothing special about it. Everything was pretty boring and standard. The only interesting dialogue that caught my attention was between the mother and her child Lainey. The cinematography was pretty standard, and again, nothing really caught my attention. There were no fun camera movements or angles, just a bunch of close-up shots that had nothing going on. When it comes to the production design, it was pretty simple. It felt like they filmed in a random old home, which had the antiques and decor in it. The majority of the film is shot in a pantry that could have been made in 20 minutes with the right crew. Definitely nothing special. The editing was also very standard and nothing special to it. The most impressive takes were with actress Rainey Qualley. Overall, just didn't care too much about this movie. It was obviously a low budget film, and I understand that you can't do much with that, but it was still very dry and boring. The best part of the movie was easily Lainey, played by Luciana Vandette. Other than that, the acting, pace, cinematography, and everything else was just okay to me. Nothing really stood out. Just a boring film, in my opinion. So wrapping things up, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 4.1 out of 10. Personally, I wouldn't recommend this one to anyone. Thank you for watching my review on Shutin. I know all you guys are getting bored of Diego. Don't worry though, I'm gonna be hopping in, doing a lot more of these. If you like the review, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And if there's something that you want us to review, leave a comment, let us know, and we'll get to it. This is Ice from Loft 801, and we'll see you next time.